Oh, yes! Oh, wicked! Rock and roll, let's rock! Okay, so, first of all, how is everyone doing today? Yes, oh man, awesome. Okay, so I haven't, I've been a little bit inconsistent with my streaming lately. I did try to, when I first started, to try and do 2 every week, but unfortunately, like, due to sort of work and stuff and other sort of real life issues, I haven't been able to stream quite as much. And so today, like, my game is getting very close to, like, it actually being a reasonable version that I can actually show, you know, get the rest of the world to play. Because one thing which I'm very excited about is getting my game on Steam, like, in sort of early access for people to play it. And we're edging ever closer to that point. There's a couple of things that I'm looking to put in before I do that, and here is a big sort of I don't know if the word controversial is the correct word, but whenever it comes to creating a game, like any sort of game developer would tell you, I would tell you, if you have enough ideas, you know, you should be like, okay, here are all the ideas, now stop making any more ideas. Now, unfortunately, I came up with a really, really good idea. Right, it's such a good idea that I really want to put it in. Like, and it's one of those kind of, like, I think, you know, when you're just thinking, like, my argument for it is, it's such a good idea that, like, I'm thinking that even though it's going to be a bit more work, the payoff is going to be huge. So I'll explain roughly what the idea is going to be. So let's have a look. If I just go into... hold on, let me have a little look. So scenes, main game. I want to introduce a new card, a new type of card, which, I mean, it doesn't sound exciting when I say it out loud, but it's going to be trash, right? It's going to be essentially a bad card, right? And one of the attacks that I want enemies to have is it might do a little bit of damage, but also put trash into your deck. And, like, what I'm excited about is that it is actually quite a unique idea, because I know you're probably thinking, if you've played Slay the Spire, you're thinking, well, we have, like, curses and we have status cards which are kind of the same, but the way trash is different is if, say, this enemy puts trash into your deck, it is in your deck permanently, but it has a casting cost that if you cast it, it discards it from your deck permanently. So when you're switching from battle to battle, it, like, you know, like, there is actually going to be sort of a cost. You're thinking, oh, can I afford to, like, play this trash, you know, and still compete in the battle? Or am I going to just try and, you know, wait until my whole deck is filled with loads of trash, you know? And I am excited to put that idea in and just see how it works. I don't think that concept is going to be too hard. But I think we just start as we mean to go on, so I am going to start putting those cards in. So first of all, we're going to find out where exactly we're putting them in. Resources, sprites, card, and then card art. So this is all of the card art that we've got. Right, yep, so that's not too... So I've actually got them over here. So these are the actual ideas for cards that I'm going to put in as well. So this is going to be the trash, right? So the idea is you don't want these cards in your deck, but they're not necessarily, like, it's not doing you too much harm, it's just taking up a slot in your deck that you want to try and get rid of. And I'm also, these cards here are going to be cards that do something really good, way better than what you would expect for their mana value, except they come at a cost where they put in some trash into your deck. And I just like that idea. So that's what we're going for. So now I've drawn the pictures. I just need to press Control-Shift-S to save as a PNG. And yeah, it's okay to overwrite. This might take... Oh no, it didn't take as long as I thought. That's fine. And now we're just going to chuck them. We're going to dump them all in here. So if I have my folder... oh, yeah, I've actually got the folder here. That's convenient. So I'm putting this on a different screen. I'm just selecting all the ones that I want to put in. And let's go. I'm just going to see if I can fit them in. They should all come at the bottom. Yeah, so we've got all these new... This is literally just the physical art that we've put in. Yeah, Glisten! Oh, wicked. How's it rocking? Oh, yes, I tell you what. Here's some more exciting news. I got my brother to actually play test the game. And he said he's actually quite liking it. At the moment, there's some balances that need doing. But apart from that, it's seeming to work pretty well. Oh, okay, so we've got a few numbers here. If I just... let's have a look, 50... if I change that to 53... Yeah, I don't like to see these ones here, because that could cause us problems later. I don't think it will, but I'm just going to kind of get this sorted now. Yes, yeah, Aaron, yeah. Oh, I've accidentally opened up the thing. But like, yeah, and I'm still trying to work out a good way, because I still want to put Glycerca in, but a way that it's not too overpowered. Rather comically, when I was playtesting it a little while ago, I accidentally, and I'll even show you the bit of code, right? Like this is, hold on, where is it? Hold on, because it's something which I'll need to open up soon anyway. So Game Master. Why can't I find it? Alright, anyway, the point which I was making is I accidentally put the bit of code where it doubles your attackers. I accidentally put that code in one bit after another. So every time you did Glycerca, it would... like double all your attackers and then double it again. So I was like, hang on, I've done something wrong here. It was literally just accidentally added one line of code that I didn't need to do. Nope, I'll never be able to find it. It's gone forever. Yeah. Because that's what everyone loves in a game. Right, anyway, so what are we going to do today? We are going to have card SO. So now these are all the cards. So we've got spare. Ah, yeah, so I can just have here in spare, we're going to have create folder, and I'm going to have it as trash. I don't know, is trash more of an American word? I don't know. I mean, I could be rubbish, but I think trash is kind of like a more cooler in line, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. And we're going to, I'm just going to duplicate this just so we can have one in here, and we're just going to, no, yep, we've got it in there, right. And we just want to change all of the wording. The Master Deck reference is actually, it is American, isn't it? Because the only problem is if I use the word, I don't, like... I don't want to become one of those... I don't want this to be one of those games where it's like, he is very eco-friendly. He's putting his finger on the pulse of recycling and keeping a greener... It's like, no, I mean, like, I just, like, genuinely, it is just a good mechanic to put in. What about the trash is going to be the type of card, but everything else is going to be called rubbish, because rubbish, I feel, is more of an English... So, I'm going to have, we'll call it basic rubbish. And we need to change all the things. So this one here is going to be basic rubbish. Mana cost will be 1. Card level is irrelevant. Over here we've got, so I think that one there. No, actually, that's going to be... I want it to be the little trash can. So the idea, the trash can is actually going to cost 0, so it's not going to be that inconvenient. Waste, again, like, I was thinking waste as well. Junk. Junk. Okay, done. No, junk. Junk, I think, is the winner. All right, done. Done. Okay, that's how little convincing it takes. Right? That is how little convincing it takes. Junk, I think, is a brilliant name. Yep, absolutely fine. So, basic junk. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, it could be scrap. Yeah, you know what? Because junk could be of or pertaining to the male genitalia. Yes, okay, so yeah, scrap it is. Done. So yeah, I think basic scrap. Yeah. And they're going to because when you have inspirations, there is actually they are a type of card that is like a supplement card. Well, yeah, but we want to have a new card that I think we're going to call junk. So card rarity, it's going to be junk. Let's go. We can actually somewhere the actual script here. Let's go open this up. It's not quite here. It's here. So where we've got card rarity, I think there's going to be another one which is going to be scrap. Yeah, done. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think because we're not. Yeah, perfect. Done. So what our first test is just to see if we can get it to work, because it's going to be a little bit complicated. One, to work out how to add it to our deck in the game and add it to our deck permanently, and removing it. They're going to be two different things. So it's going to be. So first of all, we're just not even going to work about attacks that put rubbish in or scrap in. We're going to work on just putting it in our deck, trying to work out how we can get rid of it. Oh, KO2 fan, yes. Oh, wicked, nice. Oh, so yeah. How is everyone? Yes. Oh, cool. How's it rocking? Oh, yes, awesome. So I was going to say, just to keep you updated, I have done something which game developers probably shouldn't do, is I've created a good new idea to put it in, even though I probably should stick with what I've already got. But my defence on the matter is I don't think this is going to be that much effort to put in, and the payoff is going to be huge. But yeah. But no, exactly. It's a dark path to go down, right? And here's where a bit of honesty is going to come here. Part of the reason I'm quite excited about this idea is because technically Slay the Spire haven't actually, it's an idea where I would like to think that Slay the Spire might look at this idea and think, oh, this is actually quite interesting. Sure, they have curses and cards that are bad in your deck, but they don't quite have the concept of, here is a card that is a pain, but you can just get rid of it. Right, so we are going to have basic junk, right? So there's going to be a whole new keyword. Oh gosh, where are you going? Don't put too many things in. No, this is it. This will be the last thing. Then we're going to just kind of utilize. We're going to do this whole scrap thing, and then we're going to sort of end it with then that's it. Then I'm happy. Then we can stop. So I have had now my first play tester. So the actual the card text is simply going to be. Right, yes, okay, brilliant, wicked, okay. We can change this. Saving game, yes, very good question. At the moment, I think a game which I made about 5 years ago is basically shows you how to save and load games, and I kind of I don't want to directly say I've been copying and pasting that code ever since, but that has kind of been the case. It's going to be one of those kind of this is going to be a more exciting stream, but when it comes to saving and loading, because that is going to be a difficult thing, especially if you're mid in a campaign and then you want to exit and come back later. Trying to save all of the specific bits of data might be a bit complicated, but what I'll do is I'll probably at some point I'm going to start the saving process, and then realise, oh my gosh, because you have to only save in strings, integers or bools or floats, I've got a bunch of classes that I need to save, and trying to convert them all might be a bit complicated. But you know what? I'm going to I'll see what hurdles I come across, But that'll be a problem for another day. Right, so the card text. Oh yes, right, big talk here. So we know that a card that has Vanquish is it means that you play it. It does its effect, and then it removes it from your deck for the rest of that game, for the rest of that battle. But when you go to the next game, it comes back. Now, I need a new keyword, which is going to be, and I at the moment, I'm thinking boring. It's going to be called remove. But if we can think of a better name, then I am all ears. Because it's like a way to mean that you're actually removing it from your deck altogether. So this will be card type. Oh yeah. I suppose in theory it's a spell. Scrap. But yeah, like that's these are all. So card infos. Oh yeah, we do want a new card info as well. So I believe card infos. So this is quite a big. Card infos here. We're going to have scrap. So destroy, scrap, obliterate. Oh yeah. Okay, these are all good words. These are all. So actually, oddly enough, I considered discard, but I feel in theory you kind of discard cards anyway. So I'm not going to use discard, but obliterate. The only problem is that means whenever anyone's got any rubbish and they see the word obliterate, they're like, oh yes, that sounds brilliant. But I need it to be maybe it should just be scrap. Is that gonna add a whole layer of confusion? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think scrap. I think scrap is actually like yeah, so scrap, it's going to cost 0. It's got that picture there. Key ints. I don't think it actually needs any key ints. We can get rid of that, and it is going to simply be scrap. So, and there's something somewhere where it's got Vanquish. Now, this is another really complicated thing that I'm looking to put in. Maybe with Vanquish, where we actually go into, we've got our card condition. Card SO. We've got this boolean. So we've got two choices to make. One, which is the easy get out clause. We could just simply have another boolean here, public bool scrap. And what it will do is it will check to see if it's a scrap card. If that's the case, then do whatever, and then it will check to see if it vanquishes. That's probably the safest, easiest option. I was considering having a new enum where it's like where it would be discard, vanquish, and scrap. But I think I prefer this. So scrap like takes priority over vanquish. That's kind of like where what I'm thinking. Annihilate, toss. Yes, so the problem with toss is it's the same reason why we discussed earlier why I probably can't use the word junk is because it can be like I want this game to be slightly more PG-13 as opposed to an adult game. And if people say toss, they're like, oh, toss, I don't give a, like, and kind of like so I think it probably makes sense for it to be both scrap there and scrap there. Right, basic scrap. Okay. So we're just going to make all the other cards, which I think we've got. So let me just check all of these are the correct thing. So that's got that there. It's going to be scrap. And I think that's all we need to do. So we're just going to... I don't think this actually means anything, but I'm going to have the card reference as 1. Right, so I'm just going to make a card for all the others. So basic scrap. Small scrap. Yeah, so this will, hopefully, right, okay, we're currently 1434. Let's see if I can make all of these by 1440. This shouldn't take too long. Small, Oh, I forgot to actually change that bit, didn't I? Okay, no, that's fine. Scrap. Need to make sure I'm changing all the words here. So basic scrap, small scrap, and that is going to be 1, and the picture is going to be somewhere. This one. Control D. This one will be large scrap. Card art will be big one there. Mana cost is going to be 2. It's going to have this scrap thing there. I think that's okay. We can duplicate that. Because I've made, I think there's like going to be 5 types of scrap. So we've got large, so basic, small, large, and then it's going to be toxic. Toxic, and I like the idea. So toxic, you really don't want that because, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but I want the idea that toxic scrap is so bad that if you don't actually discard it, it deals like 2 damage. Oh yes, yes! Oh, it was amazing, absolutely incredible. Yeah, I did board games at my brother's the other day. Absolutely amazing. Like, he's just doing so well. Oh, yeah, that was a proper highlight, that was. Yeah. Toxic scrap. We want to get the right thing there. Just want to check that I have got different pictures for each one. And then I'm going to just duplicate this one. This is going to be... recycle. Actually, how do you spell recyclable? No, that's I'm going to actually have to quickly go on to. Sorry, just a sec. How do you spell recyclable? Recycle. Oh, okay. It's just label. Okay, it's just label at the end. Okay, that's fine. So this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. So let me just move this one over there. Yeah. Oh, nice one. Yeah, cheers. So this one again, draw a card, comma, scrap, and I think that's all we. Oh yeah, of course, all these need to be card infos. We want to have all the card infos as scrap. So I think we're kind of on our way. I just need to get the picture for the recyclable. So recyclable, it costs it's going to cost 1 mana, but you draw a card afterwards, so it's not like too bad. You know, you just 1 mana down. You know, and I do like, I like just the idea that, you know, you can kind of remove it from your deck entirely. And toxic scrap, I do want to somehow put in the text, if you don't play this, then you take a certain amount of damage. So, like, and that's going to be in your deck permanently until you actually pay the cost. So it's going to be a real pain if, like, one of the enemies does it. Anyway, so, right, wicked. Mana cost. Okay. We're looking good now. We need to work out how to remove a card from our deck. And let's try and do that. Oh, card action script. So that was what I was after before. So I'll quickly. Oh yeah, yeah. It was actually in my previous thing. So what the code that I had before was simply Control C. Was simply that, and I didn't realise. So it was doubling all of the. It was basically doing the Glycirca effect twice, which, you know, so I needed to fix that. So I do a few things offline every now and then. Right, I'll explain another thing that I've done offline, just so I can kind of get this off my chest. And actually, I've got a very weird announcement that I would like to bring up, right? And I don't know how everyone would feel about this. And the answer is probably going to be, no, it sounds like a terrible idea. And don't worry, I'll throw it in the bin. It's probably a bad idea. So I don't know if this has ever happened to any of you, where for kind of seemingly almost no reason at all, you've had a sudden inspiration to do something, right? Now, there was a game on the Amiga that I played when I was younger. I played it absolutely loads. And it was called Beast, or Shadow of the Beast. And then there was Shadow of the Beast 2. Now, they are kind of 2D platformers, action platformers, where you have to do things, and like the combat was really basic but quite fun. And I've had a sudden what I want to do is see if I can play. I want to actually do a stream once where I just see if I can play and complete Shadow of the Beast, the first one. And obviously, as much as I'd have the ability to use a save state, I wouldn't want to. I'd want to see if I can legitimately complete it from start to finish. And I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. It was just one day I was like, well, that I obviously, that's obviously what my next step has to be. And I don't know if that's actually, it's like, it sounds like an old game. I don't know. It doesn't actually sound that interesting. But I thought I would just sort of throw it out there. I think that's kind of what I've had a sudden sort of thrill to suddenly want to do. But also I think I don't know how emulating works. It's like I'd want to keep everything above board. So I wouldn't know if I'd have to get the old original Amiga version just to have in order to emulate. But I thought I'd, sort of throw out, these ideas. Yeah, I can actually. I can normally keep. I would like to think that I can keep my conversations quite exciting, unless there's because I watched the speed run of it being done, right, and it still took about maybe 20 minutes to half an hour to do. And I would still, because part of what made it so difficult, all these games so difficult, is especially, with both Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2, there's certain points where it's like, for example, that's good to know actually, but like when you're playing Beast 1, right, most games, you can either go left or right at the beginning. If you go right and follow that path, you definitely can never complete it, right? But you have to have got so far down that path to then realise, oh, hang on a sec, there was no way I was ever going to complete it. And, like, that's what I'm kind of, it's like I'm excited because now I want to make sure that I do know the route that I need to take in order to win. It's like, I know there's so many bits in both games where you can be like, oh, you've accidentally destroyed that rock. You were supposed to use the grabber to drag it over there. Now that you've destroyed it once, the game is now completely soft locked. You cannot ever complete it. And I just I think like now that I've got knowledge, I might be able to actually like complete it legitimately. And I don't want to use any cheats. But that is something which I might do. I don't know if I'm going to create a whole other stream to do it, or if I'll do it on here. But I'll see how I go. Right. Anyway, I have been talking and not actually been doing that much work. Right. So, what we need to do, we have got. So what we're actually going to do? Let's go and make life a bit easier on ourselves. Let's. Find all the references to Vanquish. Hopefully there's only one. Absolutely brilliant. That is a massive, massive win. Okay, so if Vanquish, so all we need to do here is we need to just change this code about here. That is such a big win. I thought there was going to be loads of things that had the word vanquish. We're only actually using that word vanquish, actually referring to it once. So let me have a look at what's happening here. We don't even need to worry about what's happening elsewhere. We just need to look at this and be like card. So if the card is not being vanquished, we do this code. Otherwise, we vanquish card. Absolutely brilliant. So what we kind of need is just to move things a little bit around, even though this is going to look a little bit ugly. We want to have, if the card is vanquish, we're going to put this bit of code up here. And then otherwise, we're going to put it there. So that's actually keeping all the code the same, but it just makes it a lot easier to say if underscore card so dot scrap and then we can have else there. So let me just have a little debug dot log yo. What I kind of want to do is just put a few trash cards in the deck. We just want to get that debug. So it's going to soft lock our game, but we just want to get that debug message there, just to check that it works. So first of all, we're going to put some cards into our deck. Shouldn't be too difficult. So so where we've got our game info script, let's just cull this. I'm sure there was a good reason, but let's go move this down to 5. We're going to add a new card, and it's going to be basic scrap. Toxic scrap, and because we'll need to toxic scrap and large there. I don't need to put them all in. I just want to see what happens, because we've also got to consider the colour, and in fact that's actually a really big deal, but we'll come to that. So let's have a look. So of course I haven't actually changed the images yet. That's easily done. I just forgot to do that, but that's okay. This is kind of what we're looking to do. So what we're hoping to see, and there's a good reason as to why it's doing that, which I can fix. I'll fix that now, but I kind of want to just see if it says yo. Yeah, it's got yo there. Everything's fine. Okay, so we're getting there. Right, so first of all, I forgot to do the sprites, card art. So what are the earlier ones? They're all 1 to 8. So let me just turn all of these into 1 to 8. Filter mode, point filter, and compression none. I know I'm turning some of them into the same thing that they were, but this is just the quickest method. So that's a good start. So we've got to work out why the colour is fading. And I don't think that's too hard. I believe it's actually just within the card script we can look at. Oh yeah. So but yeah, like kind of it's just, I don't know how many times it's going to take for me to actually complete like Shadow of the Beast. It might take a while. So, oh yeah, the card mama script. This is where we get all the information. So, target card color. Let's go find all the references to that. Yes, so I think there might even be a color that's dark grey. So case card rarity dot scrap break card sr dot color equals color dot there is no color dot actually what is color dot grey? 0.5 0.5. So why don't we just have new color. This might be way too dark, but 0.25f, 0.25f, 0.25f. Okay. And then we're just going to have target color. Target color equals that. Okay, so hopefully that should deal with one problem, one thing at a time. So we want to just see if it yeah. Oh, sorry. You took. What platforms do you intend the game to come out? Do you mean on my game, on Rumpletown? Yeah, for Rumpletown, I want to first of all have it on Steam, but then work out ways of getting it on like mobile as well. Yeah. Oh, that's the perfect colour. Absolutely fantastic. So it should say yo. Yeah, that's all good. Right. But I haven't like. I've got to do like I'm getting so close to wanting to put it onto Steam. I just need the game. Yeah, like I say, this whole scrap thing. It's a risk. I'm not even going to try and say it's not a risk. It's one of those where it's like I shouldn't try and be putting too many things in, but I think scrap is just there's so much I can do with it because I want good cards that add scrap. Yeah. Well, yes, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I want people to have the same kind of feel of Slay the Spire and Hearthstone in that you can just hold, ideally on an iPad. I think I don't want to completely rule out playing it on the phone, but it might be a bit small. So I'll, see how I feel about it. Right. So where were we? What were we doing? Right. So we've got that colour there. We sorted that. So what we're actually going to do? I've got an idea. So Vanquish, find all the references. Can't remember where it was, so we're just going to find it here. So we've got a whole thing here saying Vanquish card, right? I think we can actually use whatever code we've got here. Let's go to this definition, and then quickly find all references. Vanquish card, right? So anyway, sorry, yeah. Let's go to this. Go to definition over here. Let's find out what happens with the Vanquish. So vanquishing equals true. Create Vanquish effect. Vanquishing. Okay. Because what we can actually do, we can be a bit cheeky here. We can have bool remove from deck equals false. And then we're going to have bool remove from deck equals false. And then we just can have remove from deck as an argument. Move from deck. Okay. So after vanquishing, I think, yeah, because in order to, it looks like, very interestingly, it looks like I don't actually, whenever I'm vanquishing a card, I don't necessarily remove it from the deck. I just don't put it in the discard pile, and it just destroys itself and it's gone, I think. Because I'm looking at all of this, and all of this is just effects. These are all effects. And what we can do is game info script dot instance dot. No, that was going to be a little bit, because I think somewhere here, go to definition. I think somewhere we've got the ability to add card to deck. I've got to remember how I remove cards from deck, because I think I can use very similar I can use very sort of similar like code, because it could be something like public void remove card. No. Before we go too far into there, I'm not going to worry too much. Well, I just need to work out the exact bit of code. So what we're going to have is if remove from deck, then I'm just going to put a little green thing here saying remove the card from your main deck. The reason it gets a bit confusing is when you start a game, your deck is still stored in this game info script, which is just holding your deck. And then there's the actual, then that's converted into the in-game, which are kind of two separate decks that are being held. So I want to make sure that we remove it from our main deck. Now, there's probably going to be easier ways. The reason, what I'm thinking of is I know that I've got a bit of code which removes it from the deck. I think I've just got to work out the easiest way of getting to it, or the laziest way. Okay, right, the least time-consuming way of getting to it. I think if we go into Destiny map and then press play, this is a lazy method, but I think it's a good method. So we create this here, and we know one of these buttons has the ability to remove a card from your deck. So if I just click on any of them, and then we go onto here, edit script, tile potential, trash card. Okay, so let's just follow this string here. So we're summoning a library. So this is the trash card. Oh, I've still got it there as trash card. That's fine. But let's go to the definition. This is the routine in which it creates your whole deck of cards that can be summoned. And what's actually happening here? Card library script dot summon. So we're actually now going back into here. Sorry, it's a bit of a Scooby-Doo thing where I get a bunch of things open, but I just want to summon for trash or upgrade. Yep. So card type. Choose a card to trash. That's fine. So it's actually the point at which we have, I think it's actually here, go to definition. Oh, maybe I'm making this way more complicated. So that, let's go to definition. Yeah, we are getting there, even though this looks like an incredibly long-winded way. But this is kind of essentially the route which we're taking to trashable card equals that. Okay. Okay, this is the bit where we're summoning the thing to show. Let's have a look. Has purchased been. My goodness, I am properly going down a rabbit hole here. I can't remember how I remove. I can't remember. Okay, right. This was definitely not the best method for doing it. So let's actually instead of trying to confuse things, let's just see main game. So we've got trashable cards. We are going to card script, so Vanquish here. Right, so we want to have exactly this code. Control C, Control V, and here we just want to put in the thing true, okay? And now let's go to this definition. Let's just clear a few things up, close all but this. Let's quickly save this, and then go to this definition. Yeah, remove card from deck. If that, right, I think we should just have game info script dot instance. Let's quickly go into here, go to definition. Public void. Actually, yeah, this will be a little bit more complicated. Remove card from deck. Card SO. So this is just passing the information. I'm just so annoyed that I don't. Actually, okay, I've got another idea. Sorry, I'm trying to work out the best sort of method. So current deck, let's go find all these references. There's going to be a few, but that's okay. We're just going to work out the bit where we're actually removing a card. That's it. Trash card. Trash card. Trash card. We've done it. We've done it, I think. So if card... So I think that might work. Let's give that a shot. I don't know if it's going to work. But let's give that a shot. So that's actually on the card master script. So card master script dot instance dot trash card, and that will be underscore card SO. And does that actually take any time? Yeah, so I don't actually know if that's going to work, but we can find out almost immediately. Yeah, sorry, this is a bit confusing. Yeah, so if it doesn't work, I do know why it's not going to work, but I want to just see if it does. So we're going to actually not maximize on play now and press and just go for it. The reason being is because let's see. So don't destroy and load. Over here we've got our master script, and these are the 8 cards that we've got numbered 0 to 7. All right. Now, if I've got hold of this scrap here, and I've played it. Oh, it actually has removed it from the deck. Okay, now that's very interesting. That's really good. That's incredible. Did not actually think it was going to work as well as that. That's okay. Right. Now let's just take a deep breath because, like, whenever anything works too well, I normally need to actually just take a bit of a deep breath and just be like, why did that work so well? Because the problem which I had was the actual card that you're comparing it to is the in-game card SO, whereas this is comparing it to the card at the current deck in the game info script. You know what? It works. It works. So what we're going to do now is I think we can actually do a little bit of a play test here. So if I go into the title scene, actually no, we need to go into Destiny map temporarily, just so I can get to the Destiny Planton and Master thing. Okay, and when we're creating a deck, I need to work out Control MO. Oh, in fact, it will be. I've just got to work out where we're actually creating the new deck. So start. Deck checker script. Yeah, I've got to work out exactly where we're actually creating the deck in the first place. I think it might be over here. I think it's just here. So yes, this is absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do, like, while I'm here as well, this is going to be your basic starting deck. It's going to be 4 army recruits, 4 of this, whatever. Right. While I'm here as well, let me just go gameinfoscript.instance. Why don't I just copy and paste? Why don't I just copy and paste? That's what it's there for. Okay. So we don't want I just want to, because there's another thing that I kind of wanted to do. I want part of the starting deck to have rangers in, have ranger recruits. So card SO, close all that, close all that. I think it's called ranger recruit. Yeah, ranger recruit. Okay, now we also want to have basic scrap and toxic scrap. Yes, okay, so now we can test a few things at once. So now let's go into our... we're going to do our first battle, see if we can get rid of the trash, but then when we actually refer to it, see that it's removed from the actual game, and hope that there's no error messages as a result. Let's go! Right, title scene. You know what, let's go straight from the opening, so we can get to see my wonderful animation. Didn't even get to see it in full screen. There we go. Right. So, brilliant. Right. We're ready to play. And what I can also do here, hopefully... we have a bit of a problem here. Let's have a look. So I have done that. I have a feeling... that for whatever reason this isn't the bit where we're actually meant to put it in. That's interesting. Okay, what is... I wonder why that didn't work. Okay. Ah, no, there is a problem. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just looking at the wrong place. I've just got to work out how we actually create the deck in the first place. Oh! Oh, I think I know the problem. Okay, that's fine. It's easily fixed. We just go title scene here. Game info. It's... That still doesn't answer the problem, because apparently there should be a ranger recruit there. So that's okay. We can still work this out. Yep. Okay, I know the problem. So we've kind of run into another problem, but that's good. This is good. This is like problems that we would have run into anyway. So at the moment, and this is a really big deal, what we need to do is make sure when you press this button here, it deletes all of the information that you had before, and it creates a new thing. So that's fine. So when we are... so yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Steam map. So actually, let's first of all test my original theory. So when we go into title scene, so yeah, the issue that we have is where is it? Title master go. Yes, okay. So on here, we see the way that this is slightly bolder. That means I've only made this change for this particular scene. But if you're on a different scene and it comes into it, it's going to stick with what was originally there. So this, but anyway, so if I were to literally just play from this scene, basic scrap, and then it would have these cards. But if I was to play from any other cutscene, it wouldn't. And that's one thing that I need to do. I need to make sure that when you start a new game, it does reset all the cards. But that's okay. We can do that. Oh, yes. Awesome. Okay, so... so now we have Yes, exactly right. So we have the Ranger Recruit and we have these cards. So we want to do our battle and get rid of these cards. And hopefully everything will kind of... And then when we get to the next one, check our deck to check to see if they have been removed. So let's go fight. Actually, Snakey's kind of more difficult to fight with. To fight. Hopefully I won't just die. But let's see. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so he's enraged first, which is quite bad. 1, 2, and 3. So we've now got rid of our trash. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have a feeling Snakey is really, really tough. Okay, so that's kind of scary that he's doing this now. So we need to just go absolute full attack, everything on attack, because he's going to do that move and he's going to start gaining his attack at a dangerous rate of knots. Yes! You know what? Done. Absolutely. Right? The best thing is most people be like, why would you... Don't worry, I don't need an explanation. I'm already on board with it. So we're going to take some damage because our defense isn't good enough, but we can now finish him off. Yeah, in fact, let me go write that down on one of my to-do lists, because I've got a bit of a to-do list built up, and these are kind of like more little things that aren't like super important, but yeah, change the name of Snakey. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. I suppose Jake the Snake. Yes, I get it, Jake the Snake Roberts. But that's okay. Like, that's still... Like, had you just said we should call it Biff, the traffic warden, right? I would be fine with that. You know, but change the name, yeah, of Snakey to Jake the Serpent. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, that is, like, I know that this doesn't mean anything to you, but I do have a wall of all of my to-do lists. Yeah, okay. So, let's go. Right, what are we going to do? Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll choose kickoff. Yeah, obviously that sparkly stuff probably needs sorting. Yeah, look, and it's removed it. Okay, so scrap has now... We have now just introduced a whole new concept. We haven't actually utilised it in any way, but that is what we're going to do now. Right, okay. So, we are going to create some new cards. They're going to be great. Everything's going to be awesome. Okay. Let's use something that is similar. I want to have... So then there's a few things that we'll need to put in. Let me go... Oh, sorry, actually, while I'm just here, I've noticed that that's a little mistake here. I need to put an S. That's okay. It's just, you know, sort of as I'm scanning through, that'll be a problem later. I'm just trying to work out a good one to actually... You know what? I think we actually just go create a new card essay. We just go create new card. Create... oh, somewhere. Card. That's it. Okay. Fresh card. All right. This is going to be called Beanstalk. 01. Okay. And Beanstalk should all be one word as well. No, maybe... Okay, so Woodstock. Is Woodstock all one word? Because that's what I'm kind of going with. Because the idea is it's going to create loads of beans, but it's going to create loads of rubbish as well. I think if I have them as separate words, I think that'll be funnier, because you can just kind of think of it as... so if I were to do that... Yes, okay, it's all one word, beanstalk. Okay, yeah, so in that case, yeah, fine, done. I like it. Sorry, by the way, Gliss, I really do appreciate this. You've helped me out quite a lot so far. Like, this is, like, I do really, really appreciate this. This is brilliant. Like, yeah, beanstalk. Okay, so, right, all like, basically, the ideas come in my head. It's just like, oh, it's going to create loads of beans, but you're going to add rubbish to your discard pile as well. Or maybe add it to your deck, because that might be easier. Or add it to your hand. Don't know, but either way, I think I want it to cost, say, 2 mana. Card level is going to be 1. The sprite is going to be... oh, that is not useful at all. I'll just have to find it. Done quite a lot of pictures, haven't I? Right, it's this one. Right. So that's good. It's going to be a recruitment card. And I think it should be 2 mana. Recruit 20 normal attackers, 20 defenders. Yeah. So recruit 20 attackers. I want to just make sure I've got the wording right as well. So army recruit. Oh, it said there. It says add. So I can use the word add. I can't remember. Yeah. So we can use that. Add 20 attackers and 20 defenders. Full stop. Add 2 large scrap to your deck. So, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So it won't actually be either a vanquish or a scrap itself. So in theory, you can do it twice in a battle and not get rid of any of the rubbish. So anyway, so I think this is going to be 3. That will be 20, 20. And is that going to be... Yeah, I think 2 is enough, so that'll be 2 there. Okay. Key inst types, there's going to be 3. Card texts, I think this needs to be 4. So now we just need to actually segregate it here. So 1... 2. Oh, actually, this. Oh, I might have revolutionised a. Oh, this makes life much easier. Why didn't I think of this before? Okay, sorry, I'm just excited because I think I've worked out something which is going to save me a lot of time in the future. Probably needs a full stop at the end, doesn't it? I know, I've been a bit... so the card rarity, I want to have it as rare. Card infos, we probably need information on attackers, defenders, and scrap. Don't think we need to worry about any of this. We don't need to worry about any of this. And I think we still just create all the... Control D... Mana cost is still going to be the same. The level is going to be 2. And I think it should be 30, 30, 30, 30. It still adds 2 rubbish. I think that's all we need. And like I said, I don't know if it's going to be too good or too bad, because you could, in theory, think, well, that's 6 mana for all of this, because you're adding rubbish. But you don't have to play the rubbish. You can just let the rubbish build up in your deck. Oh, yeah, also... Defender and Misk, that's fine. Yeah, I need to change that. Okay, so Beanstalk 3, and it cost 3. It's going to be 40, 40, 40, and 40. It still adds 2 rubbish. I think that's all we need. We now need to do the... we now need to actually do the code to be able to do that, which shouldn't be too hard. I've got enough like shortcuts. Or no, I don't want to use the word shortcuts because that implies that I'm trying to cut time. But I mean, as in, I've made enough good, powerful systems in place that will make this easier for me. So, right, where are we up to now? Trying to work out where the best place to go is. So if we go into main game, yeah, we can save that. That's fine. And card action script, edit script. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Like once I've done this, making more things are going to be easier. Oh, card SO key ints. Yes, they're the key ints. Right, yeah, that's fine. So, case Beanstalk. Oh, Lakia, yes, yeah, it's going well. How are you doing, man? Oh, yeah. I have like, yeah, I've been off and on. I haven't been sort of streaming as much as I like. It's mainly because I've been trying to sort of create an idea, because I wanted to add one more little good fun bit to the game before I actually start like worrying about getting it on Steam. Just because at this precise moment, I think the game is kind of fun, but it's like there's just a few sort of issues. It's like I think a good way to sort of make it would be that you've actually got a fixed enemies, like as in you fight this one enemy then another enemy, because at the moment it's kind of randomized, which means that you can fight an enemy and then defeat it, and then you can fight it again later, but you're going to have a better deck and you're just going to find it easier to defeat. And I want to try and tackle that. That's one of the many things. I'm also having this sort of discussion in my head about whether I should create... whether I should actually stream a particular game. It's a game that I want to play, and yeah, I'm just going to see sort of like how I feel, I guess. Right, so what's actually going to happen here? So it's going to be underscore card recruitment script dot summon attackers, and that'll be card so dot key int 0. So yeah, we're creating a new card today. Oh yes, yeah, that's going to be a bit more difficult, yeah. But yeah, like kind of I was, yeah, like I say, it's one thing that I'll say with your game. I'm absolutely thoroughly enjoying it up until I was like, oh, I've done the first bit and now it's the end of the demo. I was like, no, I literally, like, as soon as it's out, I'm looking forward to playing more and developing it. And like, I think like I say, I personally did get a bit confused with the old laser mining and realising that there's actually there's different types of lasers. There's lasers that can be, I think, as a gun, as a weapon. There's another laser that's as a sort of mining instrument, and I think there's actually just a component that you can use for other things, which is a laser. And Oh, nice. Oh, what? Yes. Oh, quality. Oh, wow. Oh, went to the expo. Yes. How did it go? Yes. Showcase. Yes. Nice. Oh, wicked. Right. Yes. I can't wait. That is going to be awesome. I'm really happy for you, man. That's really good to hear. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I think it is nice. Yeah, that's really properly nice to hear. Actually, incidentally, I almost created an infinite loop there, so that's going to be something. Yeah, it turns out if I just put a semicolon there, everything would break. So I never do that. Right, now we've got to work out how we can add trash to the deck. So when you say 10 stages, is that 10 upgrades that you can make to your base until, like, before it's actually fully built, and then you create the, the like Alpha Centauri or whatever it is, the main sort of thing to actually win. That's good. Right. A way to add cards to deck and main deck. That's what we're looking to do next. So I'm going to piggyback off of this because I think this is slightly different, but we can use something here. So let's go to this definition. So what's actually happening when we're adding an inspiration to our deck? Let's have a look. Number of inspirations. So at the moment I'm going to make it sparkle. Oh, this is not hard. This isn't hard at all. I mean, yeah, this is not very difficult. Right, sorry, yeah, this is not... I thought this was going to be really hard, but it's actually not. So we're going to have a public void add card to deck and main deck. To game deck and main deck. Yeah, to game deck and main deck. And I think we might need a card SO card to add, and we can use yeah, and I'm trying to work out, yeah, we can actually have int number of cards to add. So yeah, so just trying to get this bit might be quite difficult. So yeah, I'll work that out in a sec. In fact, that might need to be a string, and then we can kind of work it out from there. So here, we're going to get rid of that. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm miles away. Oh yeah, no, that's that. I'm liking that. Yeah, that's absolutely, that's, yeah, having different sort of steps and stuff. I do like that. Oh yeah, no, that's actually, I think that's what they did. That's how, like, the reason I said Alpha Centauri is, am I right in saying that when you're playing Civilization, the main goal is to, like, actually get a ship to then go to Alpha Centauri, and, like, it kind of gives you the option of, you know, you've completed the base game, but you can still play. Oh yes, so what's been new is I've created a game over scene and a victory scene. I've also kind of dabbled with having an opening cutscene, but I realise that might take a while and it might not be super great viewing. Now, a slight problem which I've got is I think actually I'm going to have string card name. Yeah, a slight problem that I might have is I do have a very specific sense of humour, right? Which obviously I think everyone loves their own sense of humour, and I think, oh, this is absolutely hilarious. But it might not. I don't know if everyone is going to find it as funny as I am, which, you know, so when it comes to cutscenes, I'm not 100% sure. As it is right now, we're creating a new card that is going to have a new an idea where it adds rubbish permanently to your deck, but you can, once you've cast that rubbish, it gets rid of it permanently from your deck. So like there's going to be, so whenever you're doing it, you're kind of thinking in the late game like, oh, can I actually afford to actually have this much rubbish in my deck, you know, because you can, in theory, just continuously build up as much rubbish, but you don't want to be just drawing a whole handful of just rubbish. So that's what I'm kind of, that's where I'm working on at the moment. Right, add card to game deck and main deck. Okay, so what we need is, now it might even be in the card master script. Oh. Yes. Very easily done. Okay. So I'm actually going to have comma int card level. Right. So so we can actually still use quite a lot of this. Yeah, so I'm trying to work out the quickest way of doing this. List. What's the actual? Oh yeah, sorry. Card SO. Cards to add. So this is another important thing to mention as well, is that I'm actually making it so that you can, this doesn't actually specify specifically to trash, you can do it with other cards. Not that I necessarily need to right now, but I like to have that option open. That's why I haven't had a thing saying add trash to deck, you know, because it's add cards to deck. So there might be other things later. Public, private void, private high enumerator, add card to game deck and main deck routine, and we'll have all of these arguments here. And yeah, because it will be a routine, I want you to wait for the thing to happen. Control C, Control V. I'm going to put that in there in a sec. Start coroutine. That one. Oh yes, yes. Like, because yeah, like I say, there is a good strong argument for thinking like, don't start putting in things to just add extra complication to the game. But my sort of counter argument is, I genuinely do think this will be a fun enough addition that it's worth the extra sort of time to put in. But that is, you know, it can easily be that's not that's when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, so therefore I'm definitely right. This might be a mistake, but it's like kind of I like the idea that you're kind of having to deal with trash. I just like that as a sort of, you know, complement as a component, and I want to have other things which, like for example, there could be a construct that means when you whenever you like eat any rubbish or vanquish any rubbish, you gain, say, 5 life. So there can be things that can benefit from it. Cards to add equals new list of that. Okay, so we've created these. Okay, now we have 4 double tap. Oh yeah, actually, was that Lakey? Was that you that told me that when you press 4, you can just double tab to just bring up this whole thing, because that's been a proper game changer. It's been brilliant. Card SO equals card master script dot instance dot get card SO, and that will be card name, card level. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, because I think that's what I did earlier. Actually, I just sort of I was like, well, I need to move all of this here, and you can just go bam, you know, you just move it. Yeah. So now we want to have cards to add dot add card SO. This looks a little inefficient, but I'm trying to sort of stick it with the sort of original coding that I've used. And then deck script. Deck script. Oh no, hold on. Underscore deck script dot. I mean, I might be making this way more complicated. I don't actually. Hold on, hang on a sec. I can make this way simpler. Why am I making this as complicated as I am? Add cards to deck. I guess this is probably why. That'll be cards to add. And I do want to shuffle it, so... oh, but it does it by default, that's fine. Okay, so that has all of this has added it to the deck, but what we kind of want to do is, even though this looks a little bit odd, and it might give me grief, Okay, I don't know how safe this is to do, because part of me actually thinks I could just... Right. This might be a mistake. This might be a mistake, but I've got a justified reasoning for doing this. We're going to create it again, and then have GameInfoScript.instance.add card to deck card SO. Now it does look a little bit weird, the fact that I've done this code twice, and it seemingly doesn't make any reasonable sense as to why. But yeah, I don't even know if I necessarily need it, but yeah, it's mainly because I want to make sure that that I'm not adding the same one, and if anything happens to it in the game, it references there. So that might be a mistake. I know for a fact this will work. Equals true. Busy equals false. Right, so now that we've got this far, we can now have this bit here. So underscore card action draw, no, done the wrong one. Underscore card action draw card script dot add card to game and main deck, and we want to have large rubbish I think that's right. Yeah, large rubbish. Number of cards is going to be card SO dot key int 2, and level is going to be 1. And then we just need to have while underscore card action draw script dot busy yield return null. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I think this should. I wonder if this is going to just flat work first time. It's going to be brilliant. I think we just go for it. So we were testing for a few things here, and there's quite a lot of things that can go wrong. So we can now get rid of this original scrap that I put in, and beanstalk 1, 2, and 3. We want to check all the numbers work, everything works. There's going to be quite a lot of things we're going to test. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. We also want to win the fight and see if some of the rubbish stays over. So let's go. So yes, this is beanstalk. Oh, one of them costs 3 mana. Okay, that's actually right. Let me deal with that straight away, because I have a feeling I've changed the mana of something and not the level. So that card level should be level 3 and the mana should be 2. Okay, let's just check that that's okay. Yeah, so the mana cost is always going to be 2. Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, right. Where were we? Right. Right, okay, beanstalk. So this is the level 3 one. So this will add 40 attackers, 40 defenders. Again, might be too good, but it's going to be obviously at a cost. So the numbers have come up. Ah, right. Error. That's what we were hoping for. Or not hoping for, but we're at peace with the fact that that is the case. Yes, and I know what the problem is. It's very easily fixed. So, right, yeah. So we can stop that. That's an easy problem to fix, and I'll explain. Yes. So what you can probably tell here is part of actually the finding process involves it having to have 0-1 at the end. So I need to just put 0-1 at the end of all of these. Yeah, that was. It's part of the method that I use in order to kind of like get find the correct thing. So that should work now. Okay. Oh, have I actually named it correctly? Sorry. Just while I'm here. Oh, that needed to be large scrap. So we were going to struggle anyway. Okay, but we're getting there. Large scrap, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, Grumble of Pugs. Oh, awesome. Oh, wicked. Oh, welcome. Oh, yes, you've actually just joined us. We're trying out a new card. Oh, yeah, how is everyone? Oh, fair play. Yes, let's rock. Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I've had a raid. Oh, yeah. Oh, how is everyone's... what day are we on? Thursday. Thursday afternoon. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, wicked. Yeah, rock and roll. Right, anyway, right, let's go test some beanstalk and see how it's going. Yeah, oh, nice one. Yeah. Oh. Right, we've got another error message. We've got to work out where this has come from. Sorry, this is a terrible introduction. Card name, let's have a look. So we've got to work out why we can't actually get hold of here. Moves the thing. So large scrap. This is where we're actually looking at. I've just got to work out exactly where we're up to. But what I can do, I can. Oh yes, quality. That's the most. It's really properly satisfying. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like debugging." Debugging is the best bit. That's that's kind of like where you can actually try and find out where you got problems. I absolutely love that. Yeah. Fair play. Oh. Yeah, no, I've done that as well. I think I've had that issue where I've just been like, oh, I can't remember what day. I don't know. Right. So the main problem we've got at the moment is it's large scrap, large scrap. This one should, in theory... Just got to work out why it's... So we have, at least we have got an error message to... got a null exception. So yeah, this is where we have the problem. So, yep, and I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I don't know how to fix it, but I do know what the problem is. So what we'll do for the time being, I think it's safe. The problem is it's trying to search. All it's doing at the moment is it's searching through these cards here. So if we actually, just for the time being, even though it's going to be a bit more of a mission to, if we put them here, I think this will actually like solve the problem. Let's see if this works. But yeah, so oh yeah, so let me give you a quick introduction. So I'm actually looking to make a game similar to Slay the Spire, but it's got enough mechanics that are different so that it doesn't feel like it's a carbon copy. So the idea is like you actually have 3 turns, like this monster's going to jump here and then you want to try and battle. Right, so let's see if this works. Okay, Beanstalk. Yes, okay, so now this new card has added some scrap to our deck. So we're going to be a little bit cautious to like, so yeah, and scrap is like a bad thing. So I wonder if I'll get rid of, say, one of them. Now, my next plan is to like win the battle and see if the scrap still remains in the deck afterwards. So we've actually got a Divine Sacrifice. I can use this. I can sacrifice up to 7 beans and I can heal for I think 4 for each one sacrifice, so I feel I can do that now. As much as it would make a lot of tactical sense to do a large scrap here, I intentionally want to keep it in to see if it retains when we actually go into the next game. So let's just add loads of rubbish. So we're kind of guaranteed to win this fight. I think we'll win in the first opportunity. Oh yeah, also this game has got, like, so if ever you're sort of savvy with Slay the Spire, they have things called powers, and these are kind of the equivalent of powers. So this is whenever you summon any defenders, you also get, you also add 2 rangers. So, yeah. Right, now it looks like he might be dead before he actually gets... So this is this is a good problem. I want people to have this problem. So I'll say get rid of one of them. May as well get rid of 2, sure. And yeah, this is, again, this is kind of the equivalent of shivs in Slay the Spire, in that, like, you can... It works beneficial, so he's now going to create this thing. I think he might just be dead. Yeah, he's just dead, that's fine. Oh wow, so Grumble of Pugs, what sort of game is it that you're working on? We got an error message, which is probably... Oh yes, I see the problem. Yes, okay, that kind of goes into my next explanation, but all of this can actually be fixed. So the issue that we had was... Actually, it's going to be quite hard to explain, but I wanted to make sure that when you've completed the game... so actually, let me... yeah, this will actually make life a little bit easier. Game info script .instance. I wanted to make sure that once you've done enough levels, then it would go to the victory screen, because before it would go back to the main map and just go one forward and soft lock the game. So this was a little bit of code that I did. Is equal to null. Oh, hold on. What have I done? So this is purely here, like we will always have a Big Daddy map class if we don't start instantly in the game scene. So I think this should be fine. just having this here will fix that problem. Right, okay, we want to check the... Oh, whoa! Oh my gosh, okay, alright. Yeah, the fact that you've used the word Celeste there, it's like I'm now... Okay, I am in. I want to know. Okay, right, I mean, like, Celeste is... I'm not just saying this as a, like, to try and sort of, you know, to try and make you... like, you know, to try and like make for better. I legitimately have Celeste as one of the best games I've ever played. It was absolutely incredible, like absolutely amazing. So if you can actually make a game that's got a similar feel to Celeste, then I'm there, right? Absolutely. I mean, out of interest, did you like? So first of all, like, kind of, is it like, because part of the what made Celeste good was the controls were just so perfectly responsive. Because rather, so we're gonna, this shouldn't take as long. I was doing a bit of a tester, right? Let's go get a Boy Royston as well. Oh gosh, I do apologise. No, sorry. Okay. I actually have no idea how to. No, you're absolutely. No. There is a way of getting rid of this. I think. Can I just kind of green light? Let's have a look. Yeah, no, you have not done anything wrong at all. I wonder if I can just. Right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this. There's probably an easy way of actually of getting the link. I don't know how. I'm so sorry. You haven't done anything wrong at all. And in fact, I'm going to give you a quick follow as well, just to show that there's no hard. I need to actually sort out this Nightbot. Oh yes. Okay. Nice. Done. Okay. Permit grumble of pugs. Yeah, right. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh right. Nice. Yes. Quality. Right. Okay. Yes. Right. Now let me have a quick look. Yeah. Getting the thing. I think the. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Is this? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And is the actual? Oh, it's downloadable. Right. Okay. I'll give that a try. Yeah. I won't play it now. But you have. Yeah. Like I say, if ever you use the word Celeste, I'm just like, okay, let's go. Yeah. So the game is called Megabat. If it's like way in the most complimentative way, if it's even slightly like Celeste, like I say, Celeste I've got as one of the best games ever. No, don't worry. Like, I know, I probably, like, I mean, like, don't worry. I'm not going to play it and be like, God, this hasn't got the in-depth story of a girl who's desperately trying to get over her ex-boyfriend by climbing a mountain filled with emotion. This hasn't got this at all. Get out. No, I'm not expecting it to be as good. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm liking it. I like the actual the sort of graphical style. I won't be able to play it now, but when I'm going to leave this link here, and I'm going to give that a go, and I'll let you know what I think. Yeah, so that's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Like, admittedly, I probably shouldn't be quite as quick to jump the gun. Well, you said the word Celeste, so it must be great. Okay, so what were we doing? Where were we before? Right. Okay, so Beanstalk. Beanstalk. So it creates a bunch of these. So we should be able to defeat him quite easily first try with our first attack. But we want to check this scrap remains in the deck when we actually go onto the Destiny map. Right. Oh, hold on. We've still got an error message. Oh, right. Okay. That's still no problem. Oh, I needed to have else. That was it. That was all I needed. I just needed the word else. That's fine. what I'll do, I'm going to quickly test this works, then I'll explain what I've done here, because this is a bit something that I had to do offline. Yes, apparently so. Yeah. Right. So yeah, first of all, let's see. Yeah, I just need an else because the problem is as soon as it gets to this bit here, we don't have a Big Daddy map class, so it's giving you an error message saying like, well, we can't check this because it doesn't exist. Right. Anyway, don't worry. I'll be really quick this time. Right, Beanstalk. Let's go use one of these. I want to make sure I've got enough to kill him in one. Divine Sacrifice, sure, that hasn't actually helped my circumstance. Yep, and we want to just create as much rubbish as we can. Oh yeah, another little thing which I've done, which I'm quite happy. You saw me click the end turn button. It's actually queued up the end turn, so you can press it, and it doesn't allow you to do anything else. So if I were to say do this, then press end turn, it will wait until everything's done, and then end turn. Right. Okay. Now let's just beat this jabroni up. So we got loads of large scrap. And then, oh, hold on, did I have enough? Yes, good. Right, so that's worked. Okay, now what I kind of want to do, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh yes, we need to remove this as far as cards that you can add to your deck. Okay, good. That's a brilliant reminder as well. Okay, so that's a big deal. That's actually good. We found something else, because obviously you would never have any want to have a scrap in your deck, because this is only bad. So skip. That shouldn't be too hard. That shouldn't be too hard to put in. So let's have a check. Yes, look, loads of rubbish. Right, that's because we've done Beanstalk 3 times, and even though the effect is really good, it does add rubbish. And I do want that as a sort of, I'd like that as a sort of discipline to put into the game. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the follow as well. Awesome. Yeah. Right, anyway, so that is good. I'm trying to work out... Oh, yes, right, so, sorry, backtracking slightly. So, I'll explain what I did. I did this off stream. So, where we've got here, if I go to this definition, here, so the Big Daddy map class, it literally has 2 variables in. It is what progress you're currently at. So, you have a map and you're moving further and further in. And... this shows basically what is on each step of the way, and all this is actually quite complex in and of itself. There's a few things that you need to know, but let's not worry. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. Although I've lost the original. No, where did it go? Here we go. So go to definition. But the important thing that I put in was to make sure that when you're progressing, because it goes up by 1 each time, is essentially the same or greater than however big this is, then the game will be complete, right? Because you've done all of the like steps. I know it looks like a really boring way of saying this is how you know if you've completed the game. So that way there is a victory screen. So when you complete it, there is a quite basic victory screen that could do with quite a lot of work, but it sort of serves the purpose. Anyway, sorry, I needed to get that off my chest, because I don't like to do code off stream, but I think it's just been a little bit tricky to do some code lately. Yeah, anyway, right, what were we talking about next? Right, yes, oh yes, right, so first of all, we want to make sure that scrap can't be added as cards that you can add, because no one would ever want any to optionally choose to add scrap to your deck, and that's very easy to sort somewhere. Let's see, what's the laziest method of finding it? So if I go onto the master script, let's go edit script. So where we've got find all the references here. Yes, here we go. So, potential cards to add. So, I believe, yeah, and I want to make sure that I've got this correct, because I might need to put it elsewhere. But like at this point here, we're deciding what cards we can have in our pool of cards, and we're just making sure that the supplement cards, they're the equivalent of like extra bonus cards that you can get in battle, and the starter cards, the cards that you start your game with, can't be added into the cards that you can add. So we're also going to put scrap there, which should be fine. I think I might need to put that bit of code just a little bit in other places as well. So where are we? So so card level has to be 1. Yep, I think I need to put it over here as well. And I think that's fine, yeah. So this is actually when it comes to upgrading cards, it's checking that, because cards can be of 3 levels, 1, 2 and 3, and obviously if you want to have a choice of like, what cards to upgrade, you don't want to have oh, hold on, oh yeah, not quite, we got a bit of an error message there, but I don't think that's too hard to sort out. Just need to copy this, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, so we want to make sure that, yeah, this does make sense. It's more like it does feel bad, because I know if you're coming to this with a fresh new look, you're probably thinking, none of this makes any sense. Like, yeah, because I've actually sort of done, yeah, like now when you're kind of going back on code that you did like several months ago, it does look a little bit foreign. But yeah, right. Anyway, let's see, have we got any error messages there? Okay, good. Right, so now we're going to do something else which should be quite easy, quite nice, no problem at all. Now that we've done it for Beanstalk, there's going to be another card that I'm going to put in, right? And we need to work out good numbers, but it's going to be a card that's going to be called Nuclear Defense. So if we go into Scenes, Resources... Right, I've just got to work out where it is. Hold on. In fact, Beanstalk has got quite a lot of the information that we need. So I'm going to duplicate that. And right, at the moment, I'm calling it Nuclear Defense. Right, the idea, Nuclear Defense. If anyone can come up with a better name in the next few minutes, I will be happy to change it. But while we're putting this in place, so I'll show you the picture that I'm looking to go for. It's this one here. So it's like, the idea is it's really efficient. It gives you loads of armoured defenders, but it adds toxic waste to your deck. So that's kind of like, you know, so like it's a really good positive, but at the cost of something bad. So let's have a look. Nuclear Defense, and I need to actually work out what the numbers are going to be as well. 2 armored defender, Nisk, that's okay. And I don't think it should be a Vanquish. So it's going to be add 25 armoured defenders, add toxic scrap to your deck. So Control C, get rid of one of those there, Control V, I'm doing all of this, it's part of, it gives me a bit of freedom later. Oh yeah, of course, we only need to add 1 toxic scrap. Actually, why don't we make it 2? I think that'll actually. I think we add 2. Add 2. So that'll be 25. That will be. Oh, what have I done? Hold on. Armored Defender. Sorry, I thought I'd clicked that earlier. Right. Anyway, and then add. X. Control V. So this, I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Oh yeah, what has happened to the music? Sorry about that. Let's have a look. Your free trial is up. No, but I thought it was. I thought it was free forever. Right, how are we doing? Okay. Yeah, nice, well spotted. I was so much in the zone, I just completely missed it. So, add that. Add that. I think I just need a little space over here. Right, maybe this should be champion. I think this could be a really good card. So this will be defender and scrap. What the purpose of this is so that when you hover over a card, it tells you what information you need to know. So that's good. All of this is good. Maybe the mana cost, and that's the thing. This is the controversial thing. I'm actually going to make it 1, so it's absolutely incredibly good for defense, but it's at such a big cost that you have got to try and and I don't know. Yeah, like I say, I don't know. I don't know if this is how well this is going to pan out. Right. So is that all the things that we need? Oh yeah, nuclear defense. Oh. And I just want to check. Yeah, it's important that I've got the spellings correct there. So there's no space there, but there is a space there. That's all good. Okay. And oh, what sort of card is it going to be? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we just need to duplicate it, and we've got to work out how much better it's going to be. I quite like it. Yeah, maybe, like I say, I might be making this card too good. So the level is going to be 2. The amount here is going to be 40. And the key in here is going to be 40. And I think that's all we need to put in. We also need to sort out this card info as well at some point. So here it's going to be 02. And then we're going to have Control D. And here we go. Right, and then this one is going to be card level 3. I think 60... Yeah, that's okay, because I always want the third up or the second upgrade to get it to 3 to be slightly better than the first upgrade. So from 25 to 40, then to 60. So like kind of, and I actually think this might be surprisingly enough quite a balanced card. Like I don't think it's going to be too good purely because it's like the toxic. Your deck is going to fill up with rubbish, like way quicker than you realise. Let's have a look. Right, where are we? Sorry. I might need to make myself a coffee shortly, but I do want to test this card. Oh, have we given it the picture, the right picture? Yes, we have. Everything's fine. Okay, so we've given it the right picture. We just need to now program the card in, and then put it in our deck and see if it works. Right, let's go. So, how are we going to do that? We need the card action. I've got too many. It's the card action script, but let's go close all of this because I've got too many things open at the moment. Right, this is going to be really, really similar. We're actually going to. It's going to be so similar, this code, that we are going to be. So this will be nuclear defense. We're going to summon armored defenders. Here we want to get rid of all this. That's going to be a 1 there. So it's referring to the key ints. So when we're actually looking, these are the key ints. So we know 25 and 2. So element number 0 is 25. So that's the number of armored defenders, and 2 is the number of toxic wastes we're putting in. Right. So that will be toxic scrap. Is that everything we need? I mean, is that like, is that just going to be? Is it going to be as easy as we think it is? Yeah, let's give it a shot. We need to put it in our game as well. So we know Beanstalk has worked very well, so we can just go. Oh no, it's called nuclear defense, isn't it? Nuclear defense. And we want to have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, you know, when I feel like I might have just skipped a few things at once here, but let's just give it a shot. So, nuclear defense, add. Didn't work, did it? Okay. I have obviously missed something probably quite important here. Oh yeah, that needs to be a space. That's fine. Right, okay. I think that's all we need to do. Right, so let's just assume that didn't happen, and let's see how it goes. Right. Yes, so the one spacebar worked. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of that. We actually want to still need to win this fight, so let me actually, like, this is... right, and so we actually still need to win the fight just to check that the toxic scrap still stays in. You know what, let's just do this, have enough armour, and so we're just going to try and clear as much rubbish as we can while actually building up some sort of thing. Ah, you're right. Oh, my brother getting back. Right. Let's go get rid of some of these. This might be a bit of a slow. I should have kept some beanstalks in because we don't have that many ways of creating actually much attack here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to do any more nuclear defense, but we're going to get rid of some toxic scrap. And okay. I think I'll do one more, just purely so because it makes some ranges appear as well. So I'm just hoping I can kill him before, because this thing here means that he's increasing his attack every turn. Let's go get this. I want to still keep some toxic scraps in. So I think this is my main input of actually getting damage. Right, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, cool. I'm glad, actually. I hadn't tested that for a while, but that still looks like it's working. So I also want to keep track of the numbers as well. So at the moment, toxic scrap, we've got 1, 2, 3. 4. We'll get rid of one of them, so there's currently 3. And I don't know if it's too powerful. Just create some of these so we get another ranger. Actually, it looks like we've got enough to kill him now. So I think, is it 3 that should be there? Oh yeah, so there's plenty of cards which armour the attackers, but the archers, you know what? Like, believe it or not, like before, this is like we're talking about a year ago when I was thinking of this deck, thinking of this whole game. I was actually thinking you should have like like this is where it gets a bit interesting. So normal attackers, then armored attackers that we know, then golden attackers, right? Which mean that we're like, oh, did someone actually just follow? Oh, sorry, I thought the little thing came over. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, sorry. But if you did, then brilliant. So yeah, like. And then they're being golden attackers, which mean that they don't ever lose their armour, so they can attack every turn forever, right? And then I was thinking this whole concept of platinum, or obsidian or whatever, and the idea is they're so hard to make, but they are literally there forever, and they persist from one fight to the next. So there's sort of things that came in, and just as I was kind of putting the game together, I thought, oh, this might be a bit difficult, because if ever there's a way of making an obsidian defender or an obsidian attacker, it might be too good. So yeah, believe it or not, now I've actually thought quite heavily about that. So we're going to skip this for the time being. And yeah, we've got the 3 happy toxic scraps that are still in our deck now. But as for archers, the only I'm still dabbling with the mechanic of as soon as the town gets hit, all the archers die. There is something that I've created, one of the constructs you get later, which means that whenever the town gets attacked, archers have a 50% chance of surviving. So you lose roughly half of the archers every time they attack, instead of losing all of them. And I think adding armour to archers, would just add a layer of confusion that I'm not super... I'm just not quite ready for yet. Right. So where are we up to now? Now, what I... right, where were we? So over here... I did another picture, right? I know this is a terrible picture, but I don't know. I want to call it like bully beans, right? And all it will do is add, say like basic rubbish, because basic rubbish really isn't that bad. All it means is it takes up a card slot, but it costs 0. And I like the idea that this is going to cost, say, 0 in and of itself, right? It makes a bunch of beans, but it adds say 3 like basic rubbish to your deck or something, but I haven't quite worked out. I just need to get sort of numbers. But I think, you know what, it won't be that hard just to put together. Like since we've done everything here, special armor that can't be destroyed. It's something which I'm thinking about. But remember, I think it was a particular sort of lesson to be learned from KO2 fan right at the beginning. There is that scary thing of feature creep. I don't want to add, because I've already kind of put a few sort of stop signs on things where I'm thinking this is probably just a little bit too much. Right. So where are we up to now? We were going to create another card. And I think it's going to be similar to Beanstalk. In fact, it's going to be really similar. Control D. We're going to call it... Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, what should we call it? So, I kind of want to get... Yeah, no, Bully Beans. Bully Beans. Yes, done. Bully Beans 01. Bully Beans. It's going to cost... I want it to cost 0. It's going to be a recruitment card. Add... maybe only 5 of each, I think. 5 attackers and 5 defenders. Full stop. Add 3 basic scrap to your deck. I kind of want to make it you draw a card as well. I Oh yeah, oh yeah. I tell you what, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm looking forward to giving your game a try. Like absolutely, yeah, really awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming by. Really, really cool. And I wish you and hope you have a good time at work. Right. Add 3 basic scrap. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, this is why there's the big controversy of like, why am I adding the whole concept of scrap now? You know, like there is a good argument to say you just shouldn't have done it. Oh, we can actually. Oh, we can use so much of this from Right, is that all we need to do? Yeah, basic scrap. That's fine. Yeah, I quite like this. This is a very interesting discipline. So if you've got generally quite an expensive deck with lots of heavy cards, this is perfect because you can fit it in. I think I like this. Right, where are we up to? Oh, fair play. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. You're growing your own fruit as well. Yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, like my general, like whenever I watch Twitch, I lurk so much. I'm just quite often just have something on, and it's just nice. And that's, I always my plan is to always have is to just be one of those sort of like streamers where I just switch him on, just lurk, just I'm absolutely fair play for that. No problem at all. Right. Oh yeah, we also need to sort out that card info thing. So, we've got everything. This is everything. This is basically just a sort of watered-down version of Beanstalk. Bully Beans. Right, yeah. Okay. We need to get the picture, which is this one. And I think that's all we need to do. We just need to duplicate it and change the card levels. So I think that's okay. Control D. 2. Card level 2. I think 7, 7, 7, 7. I think that's all we need to change. And then we can duplicate this again and have 3. And this is going to be 10, 10, and 10. 10, 10, and 10. That needs to be card level 3. And I think we're almost there, you know? Yeah, okay. Right, let's go put this in our deck. I also didn't fully check that the numbers worked, so I'm going to do something else. I'm going to simply Bully Beans 1. I just want to check that the numbers do add up, like that it does the number of things that we want. Okay, so that's 3. So we added it to our deck. We just need to do the code here. So Beanstalk, so much. We can just copy and paste so much of this. Bully Beans. That's literally the same. And this will be basic scrap. Now I kind of want to call it household scrap. I don't know. I don't know. Right. So we've added it to our deck. Is that actually, like, have I just done it? That's actually all I needed to do? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Let me have a look. Let me just have another quick look because I went through that far too quickly and that just feels like it's... you know what? Let's just give it a shot. Right. Okay. Okay, right, so first of all I wanted just to get this. So this creates 25 and we've got 25 armoured, which works. This one creates 60, so that should make it 85 defence, in which 85 are going to be... Yeah, so it looks like the numbers worked out. Right, Bully Beans, okay, 7 and 7. Yep, that works. Don't really need to do anything else here. So we're going to have a bunch of rubbish in our deck, hopefully. Okay, so added the basic scrap. I don't want to bother with Boy Royston, that's going to just confuse things slightly. So, basic scrap. Looks like, yeah, so it is, you just cast it to get it out of your hand, really. And so this should go up to 6. Oh, it only went up to 5. That's because I didn't put the number in. I didn't put the... This is saying, yeah, that's fine. This number here needs to be 3. That's because, it's only adding. But that's fine. You know what? I'm so happy that I don't need to test it. Right, okay. When we come back... Right, what are we going to do when we come back? I am going to make it so that when the game resets... when you're starting a new game, and that when you do start a new game, it gives you a fixed deck so that I can edit it as many times as I like. So I quite like that. Okay, right, anyway, you chill for the time being. I will be back hopefully less than 5, but we'll see, because I need to make myself a coffee. Let's rock. Right, break. Cool. Yes. Oh, wicked. Awesome. Right. Okay, we're back. Okay, I've made myself some coffee and I'm happy. I think it's one thing which I'm always worried that it's like, what if you just wake up in a world one day where it's like coffee literally no longer exists? People are like, never heard of coffee. What, making stuff up. The best thing we have is green tea, and it's like, no, this must be a nightmare. So anyway, got my coffee. And what we're looking to do now is make it so that whenever you get a game over or indeed a victory screen, then it will clear the current data of our and I'll show you what we're going to clear the current data of. Edit script. Big Daddy. It's this big. There's quite a lot going on with this little feature here, and we want to make sure that this becomes clear. So first of all, number one, there is a way that we can fix it, which will kind of, in fact, I think we should just have. I reckon now that I think of it, I think we should have a function here, which I'll add to the bottom. Oh yeah, we didn't need that in the end. We had a different way of removing the card. Get rid of that. We're going to have a function here, which is going to be public void reset cards life and map. And I think there's other things that actually do that, but go find all references. So what I kind of want to do is I've got to work out the point in which this is being called. So this is start game button script. Now, is that the same as when we go on to our scenes, title scene? Yeah, we can save that. That's no problem. So I'm just going to press play now. Right, now what I kind of want to do is have a look, what is... Try and work out... Okay, oh no, here we go, everything's fine, alright. It's this one here, right. So... let's go to this edit script. So this is actually a different script to this start game button script. I think this start game is... this was early. We don't actually need this script anymore. This is why it gets a little bit confusing sometimes. So yeah. So let's have a look at this. This is begin game. Let's go through the whole things of what happens in begin game. On point and click. I'm slightly worried that. Oh yeah, begin game. Yeah, okay. If it's not busy, sorry, I was just trying to work out why it's not. Yeah, why? What's to stop you just clicking it over and over? And it says begin game, but it checks to see if it's busy. Instantly makes it busy. That's fine. Okay, so where are we up to now? So what we need to do is essentially, when we're beginning the game, we want to have all the information that I had over here. Not all of it, but some of it. Essentially, we want to just kind of cram it in before we start. So, and I did want to add Ranger Recruit as one of the cards that you start with. So we want all of this, all of this, all of this. We want the max coins to be 5. Actually, before I do that, I want to just kind of test something, just to check that it is actually. So yeah, yeah, this shouldn't take too long at all, by the way. Coffee. Right. Okay. Wicked. So so yeah, what I'm looking to do is so I want to just create the problem, just to check that the problem really is as I imagined it. So we're going to fight this guy. We're going to end turn. We're just going to let him beat us. It looks like he's outwitting us. He's outplaying us, because we need to actually experiment with something. It's what, Jimmy Carr? Right, back to title. Now here's a problem that I never actually bothered to try up until my brother told me. But yeah, so it goes you back here. Now here's the problem. You start this game and it's already progressed you to the next bit. But if I just... doesn't matter what I get here. So it hasn't actually deleted the game, is the problem. Oh, yes! Actually, I mean, that is entirely coincidental, but I could name that. Yeah, Jimmy Automobile. I like it. Like, I don't know Automobile if that works, but I do... That didn't occur to me at all. So now, when we start the game... But yeah, like, so we're actually on 0 life, but we can still continue playing. And obviously I don't want that to happen. So what we need to happen, I believe, putting in all of this will actually deal with the problem. First of all, this is the opening deck. So these 11 cards are what you're always going to start with. And what I also want to do is... Now this is... I've got to work out a good way of doing this. So upon awake, the game info script... No, it's not that. I'm looking at the Destiny map. So... Huh. Oh yes, okay, this is fine. So all we actually need to do, and this is a little bit weird, but in here... oh yeah, that we can get rid of that. We don't need that. Over here, we want to have game info script dot instance dot is it underscore Big Daddy map class equals null. So I think that should always reset it. Yeah. So hopefully now, our plan is we want to start the game, check that we've got the new cards, the cards that we should have. Yeah, there's a good few things. Jimmy Van. I like it actually, yeah, with 2 N's, yeah. Yeah, now the problem is, the reason I'm not in an immediate rush to change the names quite yet is because there's a few things I need to change. So whenever I actually get onto, like, here are better names, because Boingo is a terrible name. So I'll write that in though, because it's like we've got to get through. So in fact, I'll put it on the same one. Hold on, change Boingo. Yeah, I prefer Jimmy Van. Right. So now we're going to press play. So we have got the 11 cards now. And we're going to fight the monster. Jake the Serpent. Oh, we've actually got 6 because I forgot to change the number, but that's okay. And we want to quickly, hopefully, this guy I think can actually kill us quite a lot quicker now. And we want to make sure that all the things are reset when we die. Okay, so that's his enrage move. That means that he's gaining attack every turn. So 35. And now I think he does it in range again, so it should be 40, yeah. So... Right. This is the game over screen. Back to title. And when you press play here, it then resets, and I just want to check that we're back to being on full life. Yeah, back on full life, everything's fine. Okay, so we have now fixed that problem. There's other things that I kind of, that are possible to do, in that you could have a resume game button, but I'm going to worry about that later. So we have we dealt with that problem? There was definitely something that I needed to do. Oh yeah, that was it. Over here, this is meant to be 5, not 6. Okay, right, so that's no problem, that's sorted. Okay, right, what are we up to next? Okay, right, so this is a small problem that I didn't realise was a problem, but we're going to... so now, actually, one thing that's important, right, now, I don't know exactly how to do it, but this information here is so vital, is so useful, that I would want to get back to. So title, start, button, scripts, because we're going to need to get back to this, that's on multiple times. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 things. So number 1, we're going to have I'm going to have game, and I want to create the problem so that we can then fix it. Gold coins equals 500. Okay. Right, this we're obviously going to get rid of, and we need to, in fact, let's have a little debug.log remember to get rid of this with some exclamation marks. Yeah. So I just want, I just need people to know that it's like we're not always going to start with 500, but for the purpose of what I'm doing now, that's what I want to do. And final references. In fact, let's go. I actually want to get rid of this because this is how I created the map before, but now procedurally is kind of a slightly more sort of superior method. So what we can actually do here is so we want to make our first one a shop, right? And I'll explain why. Because it's something that my brother mentioned, and I haven't worked out exactly how I'm going to fix it, but right. And hopefully we can actually, I want to show the problem because it is quite a funny one. So we've set it so our first one is a shop. And we've got here, right, let's just say I want to get this, boom, done. Right, so we've added him, okay, and let's have a re-roll. No, that's fine. We've got that one there. Right, now, adding a card, let's just get this one out of the way. So we know that we've added Archer. No, I can't remember what it's called. I actually forgotten what the construct is called. But he was saying that whenever you buy... Yes! Right, yes. So whenever you buy any construct, it just assumes that every time it just converts it into the Cornhart farm. right, as opposed to the one that you actually bought. And I don't know why that's the case, but there's probably something very, very obvious that I've done that is probably very easily fixable. And then we can actually start like ticking things off. So the quickest way, we want to just get back to the shop and then find the code and try and crack why it's just giving you the wrong construct. It's always giving you the Corn Heart Farm. So let's go. Remember to get rid of this. I know, I haven't forgotten. Okay, annoyingly there isn't. I had a... Yeah, okay. Okay, doesn't matter. The fact that it is that's fine. So let's actually have... As soon as you click this, so edit script, let's go into here, on click purchase item, purchase item routine, if construct, so where we've got construct type over here, for whatever reason, because Corn Heart Farm is essentially number 0, it's the first one in the line, so we haven't actually assigned this at any point. Let's go find all references. No. So we need to just work out exactly when we're actually setting this up. So upon awake, Control M O, set values, set here. So I think this might be as simple as item type equals construct. Yeah, so we haven't actually... Info string equals that, sure. And construct type equals construct type, I believe. So that should work now. I think it is as simple as that. So when we're setting all the values, as much as I put this in, we haven't actually utilised it to physically tell it what its type is. So now that we've done that, this should work. Yeah, so this is like a nice sort of clearance, like we're just getting through some good, useful things. Right. Okay, so let's give this another shot, see if it works. Obviously, the important thing is we want to make sure that there's going to be a construct in the shop that is that's not Corn Heart Farm. Right. Okay. Bad luck. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Right. So we've added that. Okay. Now. Oh yeah, that's fine, and then we can leave. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to skip this bit. Yeah, that's all good. Right, so we're going to start again. And we want to just check that the construct Kev has come up and it's not the Corn Heart Farm. So hopefully that one little bit of line of code, yep, and it's all sorted. Okay, boom. Right, done it. Okay. I'll be honest, the resetting thing I thought was going to be more difficult than it was. There is another little thing that I want to do, and it's not essential, it's not like super essential or anything. But game over scene, that's not game over scene. Okay, I want to go onto here. There's yeah, just a couple of little things that we don't need to do, but I kind of want to fix slightly. So I'm going to pause now. We've got this bad boy up. This is the game over back to title edit script. And I actually have a feeling that this also is the same button that does the victory screen as well. So back to title, it does this, but I think we're going to be a little bit cheeky, and hopefully this shouldn't be. It's just go game info script dot instance dot underscore Big Daddy map class equals null. I think that's okay. Now So one thing which I've always slightly wondered, right, and I don't know how it works in modern gaming, but this Big Daddy Map class has quite a lot of information in it. And if ever I make it instantly null, and there was stuff on it before, I don't know if all that information actually just gets deleted and wiped instantly, or if it just remains in the ether, and this is a cause of a memory leak. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know if I can have, like... and this is just me sort of spitballing. I'm just going to kind of experiment with something. So it can't work that way. No, that's fine. It's all right. I weren't sure if you actually needed to delete it, because when I'm making it null, I don't know if there is that information is somewhere in the ether of the computer, and it's just storing it indefinitely. So when I'm talking about a memory leak, there is quite a lot of games. Even Hearthstone itself has been guilty of this. But when you actually play Hearthstone for a period of time, the cards get a bit slower, and the reason being is because it's there's a certain bits where it's essentially a function that's happening over and over again that should have stopped itself but hasn't, right? And it's slowly eating into your computer's memory, and then it just starts to become slower. So I've watched a few Hearthstone streamers who always after each game just exit the game and go back in, because otherwise the memory leak just gets worse and worse. Anyway, so hopefully that should null that. We didn't need to do that, but I just wanted to. And I think the in the victory screen, I believe it's actually the same code. I've still got that game over, but let's just double check. So this is my victory screen, or scene. I kind of want to show people I've got so much more that I want to put in this game. That's kind of like my purpose. So back to title, and we've got that. So edit script. It's literally the same thing. So we're just making that equal to null, just to be on the safe side. Right. So that is good. We've cleared quite a lot of stuff today. We've done a lot more work than I thought. Right. Do I do one more thing? I've got to work it out, because what I want to do as well is let me try and work out the best way of doing this. So I've got a particular move. There's some enemy moves that occur, which are like, for example, Jimmy Van has got the ability to instead of, he does slightly less on his normal attack, but he also eats the armor of armored defenders, right? So it's actually can be, so it's actually not good to put up as much armor as you can, right? Because he just eats the armor. But I want to add almost an extra sort of bit to it, so that when he eats it, he also gains life. So you are heavily incentivized not to make armored defenders when fighting him, because but it's still not. If you have loads of armor, then maybe it's okay. But yeah, I like the idea that there's even more of a punishment for doing that. So I want to do that, and there's another move where there's a guy that eats totems, and so obviously if you've got a totem heavy deck, it's quite bad that it eats totems. But I want to make sure that when he does actually succeed and eat a totem, he then gains some strength as well. So that's what we're going to kind of work on next. And then, and I'll see if I've got the energy, because I still feel I think after nailing this coffee, I've still got some juice left in the tank. So how are we going to do all of this? I think we first of all go into main game, and so Snakey, I believe, is who we're fighting, and we've got to work out where we actually. Just want to check. So this is where, yeah, this is absolutely exactly where we want to be. We want to go in our main game thing. I think somewhere I've got Monster Master script. I think this is the one. So this script here is what is controlling all the monsters, or keeping track of the monsters, I should say. So, yeah, okay. So let's go get rid of that. Let's have... And I've got to work out, so perform attack. Effect main. So this is the bit which is deciding if it's if the monster is close up right at your base, it's going to do this code. Otherwise, it's going to do this code. Now we're kind of worrying about this one here. So all I want to do is just tweak moves that that we've actually already kind of done. So perform attack. Let's go here, go to definition. So armor shred and defense shred. These are the ones where we want to make them heal as well. So let's go into here. Go to definition. So this, yeah, basically it converts armored attackers into non-armored attackers. And let's actually see. So this should be fine. Let's go to definition. So what we actually kind of need to do is we need to do a little bit of code. Somewhere. Oh no, have I just lost where I was? Oh no. Go to definition. Sorry, yeah, I need to move this over here so I don't accidentally click off of it. So we need to, yeah, just a bit of code somewhere where we can work out how much life to gain. So go to definition. And how many does it actually convert? So the armor shred. So what we can do here, armor shred equals yeah. So we just need a little bit of code to work out exactly how many armored defenders. So for example, if he's got an armor shred of 10, he would traditionally get rid of the armor of 10 defenders, but if there's only 4 armored defenders there, then it would only do 4, and that's how much life you gain. So, or how much life he gains. So I've just got to work out exactly where I can fit this little bit of code. So I'm just going to have int life to heal equals. Oh well, actually no, hold on. We'll introduce it here. So life to heal equals 0. And now this little spot here, life to heal equals yes, it's actually math. No. Right. This is actually a lot easier than I thought. Math f dot min. So what we're doing, we're actually getting the minimum of 2 numbers. So we want to get the minimum of armor shred and the number of armored defenders. So what is that number? I think it's bean post master script dot instance dot get number of beans of specific type, bean unit type dot armored defender. No, that means to be attacker. Sorry, armored attacker. And now Control C, Control V. That will be Armoured Defender. Okay, and now just for the time being, I'm going to have debug.log life to heal. Okay, you know, we're going to do a bit more into this in a sec, but this is because another slight complaint that I had from my first playtester was that the game is a little bit easy, and I want to just add a little bit more sinisterness in the fights. So what we can actually do, and this shouldn't be too difficult to do, I don't think. We're going to master Snakey. I kind of want to fight Boingo. And I just want to check that Boingo, I spelt that correctly, and that we're going to be fighting Boingo this time. Because if I haven't spelt it correctly, it just comes across as the green blob. But, yeah, okay, we've got Boingo. Okay, right, so now... so now we just need to go into resources. We just need to make sure that Boingo... card SOs... Monster SOs, here we go. Boingo. Initial monster attacks, we want to have defense shred, then attack armor shred. Okay. So we still need to wait for him to arrive. So we need to just we still need to do that. Okay. So, and actually, nuclear defense is fine. We'll just do one of those, and bully beans. That should be enough, because I just want to make sure that we don't accidentally kill him. Is the honest answer. And let's go put Boy Royston out there. Okay, let's go get rid of some of this trash and add one more bully beans, just so we can get a archer. Okay, right, now we just want to check to see, or like I say, I'm not actually after this won't heal him, but I just want to check that the number comes up. So end turn, unfortunately I've got no way of making armoured attackers, so at the moment he's going to eat 10, so we should get just a debug message down here saying 10. So he's going to eat 10 armour. And then he's going to attack. Now, annoyingly, I don't have any way of making any... Oh, no, I might do. I might do. No, I didn't. Okay. That's a shame. But however, when he attacks now, we should get... So let me just have a quick... I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I need to get rid of some of all this as well. But this 10 is referring to how much life he would heal. So now he's going to do the armour shred. In theory, that number should be 0 because there's no armour to eat. So hopefully he's going to still bounce up to indicate that he's doing the armour shred. And that is 0. Okay, so I think we're actually kind of on the way to sorting this. So it looks like the number's good. So what we actually want to do is have... So we've got this life to heal. And we want to make sure that he does actually heal this. So let's try and work out the easiest way of doing this. So have a little bookmark. I don't know. Anyway, right, okay, we know it's there. We know it's there. So let me just go Control-M-O. Heal routine. How exactly does the heal routine work? So let me... that's just the bit there, that's fine. That's the fading, we want that. And then it fades back to white, that's fine. We don't actually need that. We do want this though. And yeah. So basically we want all of this except for the animate idle because it doesn't need to. So I'm just going to copy this and then go back to where our original thing is, armor shred. We don't need that. We can get rid of that. So I want to have a little if life to heal is greater than 0, then and the actual amount heal life, and we just need to simply put life to heal. Right. I think, you know what, we're almost there. I think this is good. Yeah, I just like the idea that he can heal up, and it's like doubly bad. So if you've got armor, not only is he going to get rid of it, but he's also going to heal off the back of it. So I think we're kind of in the same vein. We can actually just do the same thing again, but let's go make it. Let's go give us some cards which mean we can get armoured things to make life easier. We do want that. We can probably get rid of these bully beans now and put armoured enforcers. Let's just add a few of those and then give it another shot. Ah, yes. It's been a really nice stream actually so far. I've just got a lot of things done. I've still got loads more that I want to do, but so we've got 4, and I kind of want to keep it at 4, and we can do 1 nuclear defense. So that's good. So we're actually dealing damage to him. Let's go get rid of some of these toxic scraps. Let's see if any of these are going to be useful. Okay, so we want to make sure that he is a bit damaged by the time he gets here. Yeah. So now, what should happen? Right, is this going to work? Right, let me just try and pan everything out. He's going to jump up and down, right? Then 10 of these armoured units are going to go, be like converted into non-armoured units, and then he's going to heal for 10, bringing up to 43, and then he's going to do his 13 attack, which is going to destroy more of these. Okay, and then we're going to attack and lose our armour, which is going to be a bit annoying, but that's okay. Right, so, oh yeah, of course. So he has healed, it has worked. Yeah, and then annoyingly these go back, but that's fine. Okay, so now, right, okay, we do have armoured enforcers, that's lucky. So now, I'm going to make these armoured enforcers and then just pass. So what's going to happen this time is he's going to eat 4 of these armours and then heal for 4. Admittedly, the archer's dealing 5, so the archer is going to take it down to 29. Then he's going to eat 4 armours, going up to 33. And then we're going to attack him and then see what happens. Okay, right. So he's down to 29. Yep. Now he's going to eat those 4 armours, and he only heals for 4, which is the important thing. That's what I wanted to make sure. So, yes, it has worked. So we have now, even though it's only a small thing, we've just made 1 attack a little bit scarier. So, right. Now, just purely because I've completely forgotten, there's something which is a lot easier to actually get to. We need to get the card info script, because we do one of these and turn. Yeah, here we go. So right, so at the moment I've got a little message here saying, "Yarg, this shouldn't happen." The reason being is because it's trying to find information on what it means when it says scrap, and it doesn't have anything, and that's because I haven't put it in yet. So that is what we're going to work on next. So let's go into this card script. Let's go edit script, and what we kind of want to do actually. Let's close all but this. Let's stop here, and we also want to go into the master script as well. So card info, I believe, get card info string. Oh, this is much easier than I thought. Much easier. All we need is to go Control C, Control V. On the case that it's scrap, after a card with scrap is played, it is removed from your deck entirely. I think that's fair enough. That's because that's what we want to do. Okay. Right. So let's give this another shot. Let's see if this works. So we want to create trash and just check that that card info, the information has got through. And then we're going to make so yes, good, we've got that. We now want to hopefully we draw into some trash. Yes, we did. Here we go. After a card with scrap is played, it is removed from your deck entirely. So boom, yeah, gets rid of it. Okay, wicked. Okay, let me have, so yeah, we're getting through things here. This is great. I actually like the idea that I kind of want it so that his he will always, this actually, yeah, changing this here and making this 50 and 50. So what am I doing here? I'm actually changing the idea of this game, this particular boss altogether. It's going to make it trickier. The reason being is he doesn't have a basic attack. He literally just has attack armor shred and defense armor shred. So, and with the initial monster attacks, he's always going to do these ones first. He's going to do defense, then attack. Then it's going to be 50-50 either way. What makes these attacks scary is the fact that he's gaining life every time. So it is going to be. So you've got to actually bear that in mind when you're trying to attack. You want to have as fewer armored units as you can, because he generally will eat through them. Okay, good. Right. Fantastic. Okay. Right. There is one more thing that I want to do, then I'm going to probably call it there, and I reckon I can get this done by, say, 5:30. So it's set 5:11 at the moment. I reckon I can actually finish this and get it all done. Right. I need to work out, because I know I've got a monster that that's going to be like a totem eater, but I can't remember which one it is. So I've just got to kind of cycle through. This shouldn't take too hard. Shouldn't take too long. So, totem smash. Oh, first one, Benji. Okay. So, So these are the moves, his moves types that he can do. And at the moment, Benji's actually quite an easy one, but I want to have his initial thing to be a heal drone. But then remove minus and minus, and he switches between a basic attack and a totem smash, and his initial moves that he's going to do are heal drone, then totem smash, and then it just goes into this pool, this random pool there. So that's where we're going for. That's what we're doing at the moment. Now we want to make sure totem smash is actually, not only does it eat the totem, but he also gains strength if he manages to eat a totem. So there is actually a real sort of you've got to be careful if you're putting loads of totems out, because he's going to become stronger each time he uses it. That's generally, you can probably see roughly my plan. Now I've got rid of all the things from before, so let's go on to here. Monster. Where am I? Somewhere I've got the monster master. Here we go. Let's edit this script. Okay, right. So I've got to take the long route again. I can't remember all the things that I needed to do. So perform attack, go over to here, perform attack here, go to definition. Let's go into here. Which one is it? It's totem smash. Go to definition. This is the coroutine. So this is where so now and I want it to be as well, just to add a whole extra even more confusion to everything. It's going to be a little bit tricky. So this is the point in which we're destroying the totem, but about here we want to have int number of totems being destroyed equals 0, and in fact we can have that equals mathf dot min. So what this mathf.min does is you put in two numbers into it and it decides what the lowest one is. So so it's going to be this number here, and this will make sense a little bit later. Control C, Control V, and over here, in this totem master script, we might have a function somewhere. Go to definition, and if not, it will be easy to put one in. So this is the totem script here. We'll just put right at the bottom here. In fact, we could just have it near the top because it's quite important. We're just going to have a public void get number of totems. That needs to be an int, sorry. Get number of totems. Return totem scripts dot count. Okay, so that should be pretty simple. And so totem master script dot instance dot get number of totems. Yeah, okay, right. So we're making progress here. This will tell us the number of totems being destroyed, and we want to make it so that after the totem's been destroyed, I'm not sure why that's there, but that's okay. Oh, hold on, I think I do. Yeah, so this is where the shaking occurs. So over here, we want to have, in fact, we can almost literally copy and paste the animation that we had before. But we'll make it red instead of green. So life to heal. So in fact, we can copy a lot of this. Let's just copy it and then change some of the things. So I think over here is where we're going to copy this life to heal, but that's so we'll get some red squiggly lines, but that's fine. So that's going to be number of totems being destroyed is greater than 0, and we want this to be red. So so it turns red, and then we're going to have we don't need this, but we want to have a way of it gaining attack. And how much attack do we want it to gain? I think it's going to be just a little bit of attack, because it's already pretty bad, the fact that it's destroying a totem, but we want to make him gain attack as well. So I need to work out exactly where to go. In fact, there's an easier way of doing this. Right, sorry, let me just sort my door. Okay. Right. So if we go into the monster over here, let's go to definition. Ah, yes, right. So it's this number here that we're looking for, Monster Magic. So I want him to gain attack proportional to the amount of magic that he's got, but obviously I don't want it to be too high. So, but this is where we can do some sort of experimenting, trying to work out what works, what doesn't work. So I think maybe I'm going to say 1/6. 1/6 of the magic. No, 1/5 of the magic. Right. So where were we? Over here somewhere. That's the wrong place. 1/6. Okay, so now we want to work out how to actually gain attack, and we've got a skill somewhere that's just in rage. So again, in the same way that we just copied, so rage, there we go, perform rage. Let's go to the definition, and what happens in the rage? So he jumps up, he gets all this, all of this happens, and then monster attack plus equals that. I think it should be, so we essentially just want this. We want to copy this, but change just a tiny little element from it. Just got to work out where a totem smash. Okay, over here. So Control V, but so plus equals. I think that should be held monster parent script dot monster SO dot monster magic over 5. Okay, right. So I think that's everything we need to do. But this will take, I need to. This probably won't work first time. Okay, so I think Benji is the one that we're trying to fight. So we want to alter Benji's moves slightly. So his first attack is Totem Smash, and his magic is 20. So divide by 5 is 4. So if we have 2 totems up and he does the Totem Smash, he destroys the totems and he gains 4. Times 2, or however many, whatever his totem thing is. He'll gain a bunch of attack as well. So it should be 8. So we know his current attack is 20. Oh, and the monster magic is 5. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Which is still fine. So that means it will just be he'll gain 2 attack. So that's still okay. I'm still okay with that. That's still fine. We can still experiment. And his initial monster actions are going to be Heal Drone and Totem Smash. For the time being, let's make it Totem Smash. Totem Smash. That's fine. That way we can test it. But I do want it later for him to be Heal Drone. So now we just go into here. We've got Boingo. We want to fight Benji instead. And we kind of want to make sure that our deck has cards that create totems. So let's go get rid of some of these. Let's think. I can't actually remember Regal Wind. It doesn't actually matter what totems we've got, but I probably should be getting cheaper ones. Mad Satterfield, yeah, that'll do. That's enough for us to test what we're trying to do. So let's give this a try. Got to work out if I've done everything. So yes, right, okay. we're creating yeah, that's fine. So we got a bunch of totems. And it's very important as well to note at this point, if we go into Game Master, oh no, yeah, sorry, I know it looks like I'm losing momentum here, but I do have. So this is very important. We're looking, this is the clone, so it's still got all the same stats, but these will change. So we want to just keep an eye on that. In fact, let me go maximize, no longer maximize on play. Let's go make some more totems. May as well create some things here. So his monster attack is 20 and his magic is 5. Yeah, sorry, no, this is small for me as well. Let's make this a little bit bigger, maybe. Yeah. It's more I want to just keep track of that. So that number is going down, that's fine. Okay, so he has got so he's going to ideally destroy one at, I think, the top totem, right? And then gain 1 life and 1 attack. So let's give this a shot. So it should go up to... Yes, it worked. It worked. Okay, sorry. So now his attack is a little bit higher than what it was. Okay, right, that's brilliant. I know that doesn't sound that interesting, but that is... I'm glad that I've got that settled. Let's see if I can actually, from this point, see if I can suddenly bring this back. I don't think I can, but I kind of want to just see. Because at the moment he's going to... okay. At the moment he's going to pierce through. Defenders. No! So he's going to pierce through that and then just win. Yeah. That game over. And I guess while we're here as well, we can just double check that the game is reset. It doesn't give us any grief. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Right. Oh, remember to get rid of this. So we need to just change a few little things from before. We don't need that. That was just there to test a few things. You know what? We have done a lot of fixing. This has been a really, really good... Oh, fair enough, Gliss. Rock and roll. But yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for sticking by. It's been awesome. Oh, yeah. So, we just need to turn a few things back to normal. So, where we've got our... this bit equals null. Let's go to this definition. And oh no, I've done the wrong thing. It's not. That's. Oh no, that is the right one. Yeah, that's fine. And we need to. I forgot. I've lost my train of thought. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, right. Okay, we're over here. What are you playing at? Put this over here. Right. Okay. It's all right. Just relax. So I'm talking to myself here. Go to definition. Right, this is the bad boy that we wanted. There's a bit where we're procedurally generating... procedurally generate. This is it. Go to definition. And we just wanted to... get rid of this. It's just nice having these here so I can test with different things. So that is all fine. That's all fine and dandy and sorted. So right now, have I got enough energy to do the last thing? I don't know. Because what I want to do is work on an attack. I bet. Oh, cool. yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I think like kind of it's all about how much like fuel I've got in the tank, right? And I've got now I'm at a point where I've got something quite big that I want to do, and I've got to work out if I've got enough fuel to actually do it. So what I'm looking to do now is make an enemy attack that like deals damage, but also throws trash into your deck. But yeah, like, and I'm trying to I'm sort of debating whether I can do it. I think what I do is let's see if I can do the whole concept of this within like by 6 o'clock. If I can, then brilliant. But I think either way, I'm going to probably like finish it there. But I'll see how I sort of see how I feel, because I don't like in my head. I don't think it's actually that difficult. One thing that we will need is yeah. So there's right. Okay. I'm just muttering to myself. Okay. So it's going to be similar to trash. Okay. So where do we go? We need to go into our monster action script. So this is actually a really useful. The fact that I've got a hub. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. What have I done? Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. So perform attack. We are going to have a new type of attack which we can actually add. So if I go to, first of all, let's go close all but this, and then we can go to definition. We're going to have a new type of attack here, which is going to be what should we call it? It's going to be called something which attacks for damage but also adds rubbish to your deck. It could just be something as boring as scrap attack. It rhymes. It's quirky. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's why I've decided with a lot of things that, like, every now and then I'm going to, I decided a new thing is I will spend a certain period of time trying to do it, and if I realise I can't do it, then I'll just be like, no, I'll save it for another day. But I'll see. So, scrap attack. Okay. And there's quite a few things that I actually need to do. But let's go, first of all, I think scrap attack is probably most similar to totem. No, maybe it's actually closer to an armor shred routine. So Control C, Control V. This is going to be perform scrap attack routine, because there is quite a few other little things that I need to do, but let's just do the thing. So let's try and work out exactly how we're going to do it. So we don't really need to worry about the bean unit type, that is irrelevant. And I don't think we need any of this. The reason I'm keeping this, it feels like it's quite a lot of stuff to keep here, but the premise, I still want him to jump up and down. So play forward continuously. Yeah, this is where he bounces. That's basically the bit which I wanted to keep. He bounces, and then we don't need that anymore. And we don't need that. Okay. Actually, I'm going to be a bit cheeky. There was something that I did want to keep, and I wanted to keep this bit. Okay. So there's going to be no if statement to be had. And we want to turn him red. Okay, so he turns red and then waits for it to be red, and then we want to have we need action. Oh yeah, of course. So this is where it gets a little bit ugly, but I think it's okay. Find Object of type. Card action draw script. Yeah, like I said, I don't like using this that often. But like, I think, yeah, like I say, I've still got this dream of one day I'm just going to try and find all of the times I've used this and find a better way. Find a better way of actually, just go one by one, be like, how can we get rid of this find object of type? It's not even as though it's going to be that expensive. I'm only doing it once. It's not as though there's a constant frame where I need to constantly remind to do it. Add, and that will be I think it's small. Find all references. Yeah, small scrap. Number of cards is actually going to be. And I need to quickly work this out. Perform. It's this, but 0. Control C. That'll be 1. Okay. Yep. We're still keeping around. Let me just do a big Control Shift S. Everyone probably already knew this, but if you do Control Shift S, it saves all the scripts. So if you've tweaked multiple things, it just saves them all in one go instead of having to go to it individually. Let me just do a little change here. Card action draw script. Card action draw script equals find object of that, and then X. Card action draw script. Okay, yeah. So we're only using it there. We're getting access to our card action draw script. We're then going to go while card action draw script dot busy yield return null. So what we're trying to do now is so I think that's so that's actually primarily all we need to do. So what we're looking to do next is actually make this a valid attack that people can have, and that is where it gets a little complicated. But I don't think it's too hard. I genuinely don't think it's too difficult. We've just got to work out the point in which the attacks are actually assigned. So find all references. So I think perform attack routine, perform attack, find all references here. So it's waiting for that to be busy, and then we've just got to work out the point in which it's being assigned. Check drones. Select next attack. Now this is the important part. Select next attack. Go to definition. Right. Sorry, I need absolutely. Yeah, this is like I say, I'm probably going to regret going into this. So perform initial attack. So this is to check to see if there is. Yep, that's fine. Because what we've got here, monster action type. This is a whole little script which actually gives pictures and numbers to indicate what the attack is going to be. Initial attacks that remove that. Select attack. Okay, yep, we're go to definition. Change to new action. Change to new attack routine. We're slowly getting there. So set all values. I know. This is the slight problem. Like whenever I'm going back to old code, I'm like, how did I do this? This all made sense at the time. Just trust me, it did all make sense at the time. Okay, so oh man, this might be. Right. Do I reach the point now where I just think this might be a bit too difficult? This might be a little bit above what my brain is capable of right now. I'm going to spend another couple of minutes seeing if I can work it out. If not, it's going to be something which I'll look at offline and then be like, oh, it wasn't as difficult. Attack symbol. So this is actually it. This is the thing. Let's just have a little look at this code. So this whole thing that we're looking at here, this attack symbol, this script, is basically the script that's attached to the monsters to indicate what attack it's going to have. Let's have a look. So that just changes it. I just can't remember how it's all done. Let's go find all references here. I think this. So where is this? Where are we looking at? The master. Create monster info. Go. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Oh my gosh. No, you know what? I think I really like this. I don't think it's going to be that difficult, but as far as actual viewing goes, there's going to be nothing. There's going to be nothing fun or glamorous about me trying to trawl through this. Yeah, I've been doing. The stream's been 3.5 hours. It's been actually a really good, solid stream. We have actually created the next attack. We just haven't sorted this bit out because this needs to be sorted for the attack to work. I think I will save that for next stream when I've got a little bit more energy. I think probably for the best. I think. Otherwise, I'll just be going crazy. So I'll call it here. Thank you very, very much for sticking around. This actually fantastic stream. I've barely done a stream every 2 weeks, and I want to do it more often. But it's just I have got to be feeling the energy. And today, I've utilised the energy. I've done a lot of work. I've fixed a lot of little things. I've done some big things. I've introduced the whole concept of scrap. And so I am really, really happy with the stream. Right, anyway, thank you very, very much for sticking around. I will probably call it here. KO2 fan, thank you so much as well. Thanks so much for sticking by. Absolutely, really top quality. I really do appreciate everyone sticking by. Anyway, I'm going to do the classic go into this stream, then leave it for a bit and then try and find someone to raid. But yeah, thanks so much again. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Is it all lowercase?